We've won a game of football. What does this feel like, guys? Welcome back to another video. City have just beat Leicester 2-0. I can't believe how happy I'm to see City beat Leicester. Not even be that convincing at the same time. But this happened. Sorry I was a little bit late. I just had to run down and help the wife fix an IKEA bit of furniture. Genuinely true story. But I'm here right now anyway. We've won. It feels nice. It's going to be a happy new year after all. City have finally won a game of football. And despite everything, despite how poor we've been, we're currently sitting 5th in the table, which is nice. Level on points with Fulham. Obviously, I think Newcastle can jump ahead of us or whatever. But it's nice that we've won. Guardiola's 500th game in charge as well, and we've won a game of football. And there are loads of narratives, loads of things to talk about as well. Loads of little subplots. I want to talk about Savinho. I want to talk about Haaland, Jays, McAtee. Loads of little things to talk about. And I'm absolutely delighted. Let's get my shirt out. I actually wore this on the watch along for the first time in a long time. I'm blaming myself. Because it's been winter. I've been forgetting to wear my shirts on streams because it's been cold. So I've got jumpers and t-shirts and coats on. And I've actually put it on today, and we won. So I'm going to take the credit for that, and also the blame for it at the same time. I'm absolutely delighted. I truly am. There's an early super chat from Brooks. By the way, thank you so much, Brooks. You're a legend. Thank you so much. Let me find it. Where's it gone? I can't find it. Brooks I can't scroll back a bit, but thank you so much. It's a really kind one as well. Brooks said, "Thank you for all you do, Stephen. It's always a pleasure. Now is the time to be analytical, yet stick together." Thank you so much, mate. You're a legend. Thank you, Brooks. You're a top bloke. Thank you for all your views and all your support, Brooks. I really do appreciate it, mate. Thank you so much. I try doing these videos, and I'm glad that you guys enjoy them. Yeah, it's definitely a time to stick together and get behind the team. And today we ground out a win in the way that we had to. And that has got to be worth a like. It's got to be worth a subscribe as well if you are new here on the channel. But today it was about winning. It was about winning in whatever way we can. And it wasn't good. It wasn't brilliant. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it was. But it was a result, and sometimes you've got to get a result, especially when you're low, and you've got to look for seeds of confidence, because a win might not change the course of the season straight away, but it might make someone else feel confident. It might make Savinho feel more confident. Haaland got a goal today. McAtee had a good cameo. It might help those guys, you know. That's what might matters. And then if one or two people get a bit more confidence, you know, and then players start to find a little bit of confidence around it, and we somehow scrape another victory or, you know, a decent performance with a draw, things start to look up. And then you haven't lost in the 2 or 3 games. And you can see how that starts to spiral. And eventually, you're in a good place. Guys, if you haven't already noticed, this video is brought to you and sponsored by Proton VPN. Where is it? Right there. Scan that QR code. Do me a massive Christmas favor. I don't know if you're going to use it or not, but at least do me a massive favor. Proton VPN are working with me right now, and it's really, really it's really ace. It's a cracking VPN. If you can do me a big favour and just scan that QR code with your phone, or click the link in the description, or I'll put it in the pinned comment right now or in the live chat, that would be massively appreciated. And I'll tell you about Proton VPN. It's a wonderful VPN, a virtual private network, which is where you can set your IP address, so your internet location, in any part of the world. So I'm in the UK, but I can set, using Proton VPN, I can set my location to be in the US, for example. I can set it to be in India or Australia or Canada or Malaysia or I don't know, wherever. Loads of different countries. I'm not exactly sure Malaysia's on there, but I know there's a lot of countries on there. And you can, as a result of that, get access to things you wouldn't get if you're in the UK or if you're in the US. For example, if I'm in the UK and I activate my VPN and log into Netflix, I get American shows. And using that same logic, you can get access to streaming services, show Premier League football all around the world. If you're clever enough, you probably could get a cracking deal on Premier League football in a different country. So I would recommend it massively. It also is secure. It also looks after your internet experience. You can stream from anywhere. You can browse faster. You get the NetShield ad blocker, and you can also mask your IP. So it's safer. It's better. It makes for a better internet experience, and it's wonderful. You can get 64% off right now. As PC Mag says there, few competitors can match Proton VPN's mix of affordability, features and design. Its premium subscription is an excellent value for any VPN. It's made all the better for including secure email storage and calendar tools. For all that, you get a rare 5-star rating and earns our Editor's Choice Award. Brilliant stuff, and it's developed by geniuses as well. And a 30-day money-back guarantee. Do me a massive favour, get yourself 64% off deal. Click link in description or scan that QR code on screen. So, City have won a game of football. We're 1 point clear of 6, and Fulham just conceded. Is that true? Look, I need to talk to you guys about James McAtee. I really do, because I've been banging the McAtee drum for absolutely ages. It's one of those things where McAtee, I'm never going to sit here and tell you he should be an immediate starter. I've never said that. But what I've been frustrated by is watching Manchester City struggle through injuries and a lack of fitness and a lack of confidence, and watch players be run into the ground while fit and able and hungry legs and young legs and very hungry young legs and talented ones are on the bench watching these first team players suffer. I understand Guardiola's logic about, getting the senior players to help you get out of the trouble. I understand all that. But at the same time, at some point, that hunger, that energy, it needs to come from the younger players. At the same time, some of these players just need a rest. Like, I never got the idea that you couldn't throw McAtee for 20, 30 minutes here and there. Even if the aim is just to make sure Bernardo or Gundogan or Phil or whoever is fitted for the next game. Because that's the point. That is the point. And someone's already saying he's too small, too lightweight. Look, we've been watching Manchester City for several years now, being absolutely excellent, and I think we all know that small technical players can be absolutely fine, used correctly. And McAtee showed a bit of quality today, and he showed a bit of hunger, and he showed a bit of energy. And I'm not even saying he should start the next game, though. I wouldn't mind it. I think this is all McAtee wants, I think McAtee just wants to be involved. I really don't think it's a coincidence, by the way, that about 3 days ago online, there was an article saying that McAtee had lots of interest and he wants to move in January, and he has offers from teams like Leipzig and Dortmund and Leverkusen and Bologna and Fiorentina. And it was the specificity of those linked clubs that made me think this has come from an agent. Like, why would a random Telegraph reporter know that Bologna want James McAtee unless someone told him? Like, it was so random and so precise and so obviously fed from someone close to McAtee that it was clearly going to the press. And then, lo and behold, yesterday, the day or so after, it came out that McAtee was actually going to stay until the summer. And guess what? The very next day, McAtee gets a very rare, very unexpected, incredibly unpredictable run out, which he's not done for ages. It's clear to me that McAtee's camp and Guardiola have had a chat and they've come up with a little compromise and they've chatted together. I think it's very obvious, I think it's very obvious they've chatted. And look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that McAtee is going to change our season, that McAtee is going to be an immediate genius. But what I will tell you is that McAtee is a Premier League level player. He is. And right now we can deal with as many of those as we can take because McAtee is fit. McAtee has technical ability. McAtee knows what it's like to play in the Premier League. He played there with Sheffield United last season. So I'm not asking him to be this saviour, this starter. I'm just saying use him, man. Our players are tired and he wants it. And he's versatile. He can play in midfield. He can play on the left, on the right. He can play as a false nine. Just use him every now and then. And as Tim Barney just said in the chat, he showed his maturity at the end there, keeping the ball. And he had a decent shot, long-range effort, which, wasn't far off. And he had a nice low... Look, I'm not saying he made the goal either. He didn't make the goal. It came from De Bruyne to Savinho to Haaland in the end. But what he did do is provide a spark. And when that fire has burned out, and when your team is looking lifeless and tired and energy is drained and everyone's looking around for something, a little spark of genius, sometimes some players have that to give. And McAtee had urgency. He had urgency and he had hunger. And he had a desire to make something happen. And it was only a nice bit of skill, nothing magic. I'm not saying he set the world alight. But that little bit of skill, that little bit of forward momentum, that bit of hunger, that drive, that spark, it ignited City and it led to a goal. And that's what City have been missing recently. We really have. We've been watching tired players doubt themselves. Tired players take too many touches, or tired players playing it safe. And I get why that happens, I really do. But that's what I wanted to see, and it felt lovely to see it. Thank you so much to Robert Williamson, by the way, for becoming a member. Hugely appreciate it, mate. You help keep this channel alive, and I massively appreciate it. Absolute legend. Thank you so much, mate. Really, really, really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm genuinely buzzing. And I know it was Leicester, not Real Madrid, but fuck me, mate. Come on. Take a win where you can take a win. That is what matters right now. I'm not saying this is going to turn our season around. I'm not. I'm just saying you look for little seeds of positivity, little green shoots of positivity. And that's what I saw today, you know. I saw a couple of players give some cause for optimism. And defensively, we were poor. But what I will say is that the last 10-15 minutes as well, we hung on and we defended a little bit better. Also, Haaland had a good game today. I thought Haaland was really good, man. I thought Haaland, okay, his passing was a little bit sloppy towards the end. But also, at the same time, Haaland had a good game today. Haaland was aggressive. Haaland was, yeah, by the way, as someone just said in the chat, I can't pronounce your name, mate. We said every match is equivalent to Real Madrid this season. Absolutely. It's all about perspective. And right now, yeah. And, of course, you know, no one's sat here telling you, mate, that we were good. No one's sat here telling you, but you have to take the wins where you can get them. You have to look. City weren't gonna be terrible, then suddenly be 7-0 winners. You know, City weren't gonna come here and just find the best form overnight. It's not gonna happen. We are going to suffer, and you have to look for reasons to be positive. You have to look for optimistic signs, and I saw that today, even if it wasn't perfect. I saw a tired City side with defensive problems, but I saw us get a job done against a poor side. Yes. But I also saw Savinho score his first goal. And I'm buzzing. Because Savinho is a cracking player. And I know a lot of people have been down on him saying, oh, he can't score, he's overrated and all this kind of stuff. It's one of those things where Savinho is... He's young, he's inexperienced, he's come into a team that's probably the worst City side in about a decade, and he's had to sort of like shoulder a lot of the responsibility, and he struggled to get his first goal. But I think Savinho's clearly talented. He's got so much natural ability. He's a threat from either side, and he was a bit quiet either side of his assist and his goal today. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and tell you otherwise, but he's clearly talented. In another season, I mean, we're obviously not a pub team, mate. Calm down, my pal. You know, we're just a very average Premier League side right now, but we're not a pub team. Come on, choose your words better. And the drop off, we've all seen it, we all know it, and we're gonna try and fix it and sign some players. But anyway, Savinho, look, I know he's got quality. In that first goal today, it wasn't the hardest goal in the world, but it was a smart finish, you know. The keeper could have easily saved that. He could have bottled it. And it was a really nice cross from Haaland, too, for the assist. So a goal and assist today, that'll do him a world of good. Absolutely will, because that sort of monkey off his back now, he's got his goal, his first goal, got an assist. And I'm really happy for him. Haaland, aggressive, running at people today. Really positive. I thought Kovacic was good going forward. Terrible defensively. Kovacic is such a weird footballer. Like, he's like 5 times faster running with the ball than he is going back towards his own goal. I don't even know how that's possible. But he is. He's really good at going one way, but so slow going the other. I don't understand it. It makes no sense whatsoever. He looks like Yaya running forward, but then he also looks like Yaya running backwards. So, well, if you followed City for 57 years, mate, you probably understand that City have been a lot worse than this. That's not to say that makes it okay, but you should have some perspective, pal. And if you followed City for 57 years, you probably should understand that teams have mad spells, and sometimes... Maybe you're just a 57-year-old moaner, mate, and I know a lot of them, so fair enough. Anyway, I won't give you any more time of day because a lot of people have been a lot more interested in the chat than you. So, Yaya obviously is better than Kovacic, mate. I'm not even remotely comparing them. It was just a joke about Yaya's ability to run backwards too. Walker said the same about De Bruyne. What did he say? I'm not sure what Walker said about De Bruyne, but either way. Yeah, right at the start, Anthony, I talked about McAtee an awful lot. I'm just really happy. We needed that win today. We really did. Guardiola has had something to say. Let's read his quotes on his 500 game in charge today, by the way. Guardiola said it was not the ideal performance, but in this moment, it's always impossible to take it. Hopefully, the victory will give our mood a better position. We don't have enough energy to stay 90 minutes of our game, but hopefully this result will help us in the new year to bounce back a little bit from our bad moments. Basically, results and players coming back a little bit. It's not enjoyable. It's just relief right now. That is the real word to express the feelings that we have in all of us. It looks like we have done incredible things for many years, and now we're not able to win games. It's just a fact of relief, but we have to improve. Absolutely. I could not expect you to land in this country and what we have done. A lot of things that will be memories forever. And maybe that period, that 1 month and a half, 2 months will make us realise how nice it was. Hopefully we can come back. Maybe not being what we were, but closer than now. Yeah, same. It is a relief. It absolutely is a relief. Look, I go through the team again. Look, Leicester aren't great. Vardiol, what's the Pep gif? Oh, it's the whole, that one, isn't it? It's the whole shushing one. You know, the classic shushing one. Vardiol, look, his form is in the mud right now. He was a little bit better when he went to centre-back, to be fair to him. I think Vardiol is really obviously struggling right now. It's clear. Another big mistake early on. Didn't cost us in the end, but it's one of those things where you hope that, you know, he somehow finds a way through his form, but he's struggling. The guy needs a rest. He's not going to get it, but it's just the course of it. Nathan Ake did his stint and unfortunately was tired again. Ake's a warrior, man. I fucking love that guy. I really do. I hope he gets his flowers when he eventually moves on from Man City, because that guy is clearly in pain, clearly not fit. Yeah, every game he tries to play every game. You get 70 minutes out of him, and he gives it his all, and he's brilliant. Ake's quality, he's just struggling right now, you know. Akanji did a decent shift today. I mean, defensively, Akanji, Ake, Lewis, Vardiol, they had no support whatsoever. They really didn't. I thought Rico had a decent game today as well, by the way. Everyone's been very down on Rico recently, but I actually thought Rico had a really good stint when he went to left back as well. I thought he was solid. He even won a header, you know, which is hard for him. He had a couple of good challenges and some dogged defensive work. I'm not saying he was great, but he definitely had a better game than recently. Bernardo ran all day. He always does. Phil was poor. Like, Phil's in a bad spot right now. I think Kev sort of struggled with the pace of the game, but he was okay. Phil struggled, and McAtee was the right call for him. We also saw, of course, Kyle Walker came on, and Walker was fine today as well when he came on. But he got the job done, and that, to me, is all that matters. It's not going to be our longest video today. I'm going to leave it there because I'm knackered. But we finally won, and to me, that is all that matters, Blues. Have a wonderful New Year, and I'll, of course, catch you tomorrow for 5 things learned. If I'll try and do it before I go, I'm going away. For now, though, Blues, we won a game of football, and it feels good. In a bit, bye-bye. Come on, you Blues.